How did Michel Platini go from being a 16-year-old trainee at a small French club to becoming one of the greatest players in football history? Well, it all started with a game of chess. Born in 1955 in the working-class suburb of Seine-Saint-Denis, Platini's family had little money. His father worked as a truck driver and his mother was a hairdresser. But despite their humble beginnings, young Michel was determined to make something of himself. And he was willing to sacrifice everything to achieve his dream. At the age of 14, he left school and began training with the local amateur club, US Neely. But after just a few months, he was spotted by scouts from the first division side St. Etienne and offered a place in their youth academy. It was a chance of a lifetime, but Platini was hesitant to accept. He was only 16 years old and would be leaving his family home to move in with a host family in St. Etienne. It was a big decision, but ultimately he decided to follow his heart and take the chance. When he arrived at St. Etienne, Platini was just another young trainee trying to make an impression. But it didn't take long for him to show glimpses of the player he would become. His vision and passing range were exceptional, and he had a knack for finding space in tight situations. But despite his obvious talent, Platini was still just a bit raw. He needed more experience, and more importantly, he needed to fill out his skinny frame. So, after a few years in the youth academy, Platini was loaned out to a number of different clubs. He spent time at Nîmes, Rouen, and Sochaux, gaining valuable first-team experience. In 1976, he returned to St. Etienne and finally began to establish himself as a first-team regular. Over the next 3 seasons, he helped them win 2 league titles and 1 French Cup, and he was beginning to attract the attention of some of Europe's biggest clubs. In 1978, Platini was called up to the French national team for the first time, and he made such an impact that he was named Player of the Year. But Platini's rise to prominence came at a time when football was about to change forever. In 1979, the European Championship was won by Germany. They played attractive attacking football, and their success marked the beginning of a new era in the history of the game. Platini and the French national team were inspired by what they saw, and they set about trying to emulate their success. But before we continue, please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our incredible videos. And please give this video a thumbs up so we can keep making great videos for you. Under the guidance of coach Michel Hidalgo, Platini and his teammates embarked on an incredible journey. They qualified for the 1982 World Cup in Spain, and then shocked the defending champions, the Germans, in the group stage. Unfortunately, they were knocked out in the quarterfinals by the eventual winners, Italy. But Platini's performances caught the eye of some of Europe's top clubs, including Juventus. In 1982, he became the most expensive player in the history of Italian football when Juventus paid St. Etienne 18 million francs to sign him. And over the next 5 seasons, he won every major honor in the game, including 2 Serie A titles, 1 Coppa Italia, 1 Champions League, and 1 UEFA Cup. In 1986, Platini's career took another big step forward when he was named captain of the French national team. Under his leadership, France reached the semi-finals of the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. And although they lost to the eventual winners, Argentina, on penalties, Platini's performances earned him the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. After winning the Ballon d'Or 3 times and playing in 2 World Cups and 3 European Championships, Platini finally retired from international football in 1988. He finished his career with a brief spell at the NASL side New York Cosmos, and then returned to Juventus where he remained until his retirement in 1994. Throughout his career, Platini was known for his exceptional technical ability, vision, and passing range. He was also a great leader, and his influence on the pitch was immense. But perhaps his greatest legacy is the way he changed the way football is played. Along with his fellow members of the French national team, Platini helped to usher in a new era of attacking, entertaining football. Their style of play was a big influence on the great teams of the future, and their legacy lives on today. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our incredible videos. And please give this video a thumbs up so we can keep making great videos for you.